We are going to watch Nick Evans versus Michael Frehar from Boston Boxing. This took place on May 17th. I was going to skip the year. May 17th, 2025, whatever. So, what we'll do is we're going to watch round number two. So round one, as Nick had stated in his email, he felt that Mike had the better of him. It's a nerve-wracking round for your first smoker ever. We're not really gonna at some point we can go over it, but for this film study, we're gonna look at round two, where you've gotten you got your feet wet, you know what's going on. So we'll pick it up from round two. All right, let us begin with round number two. And here we go. Oh, also, I'm on cold medication today, so I'm a little stuffy and I'm a little all over the map. So I apologize in advance if I'm all over the place. All right, here we go. Good. I like where you chose the jab. Nice. So far, I'm liking the punch work. I'd like a little snappier, a little more pop in the jab. Nice stance switch. And good. So smart idea. So what you did, you had the stance switch, and then you started to. I like that right away. You started to go to work. You stance switched. You had that momentary pause, which can go one of two ways. Either they recognize, oh, he switched, and they're set, or it's, oh shit, he switched, and then that sets off those kind of like uh-ohs. So it goes one of two ways. Oh, he switched, or uh-oh, he switched. And I like your choices of landing the three, of setting up the three. So let's back up a little bit just to see the switch and the decision and choices you made. Nice. You could have, thrown a 1-2-3 there or a 1-3, but either way, it's fine. Now, what's happening here, Nick? There was a momentum shift your way when you switched. So now what's happening is more jabs and more 1-3s would have been beneficial, because now that you're in a southpaw stance, orthodox boxers, they're not used to dealing with the 1-3 coming this side. They're used to defending the other way, because most of the people that they spar are orthodox. So you have an advantage only for a little bit till they adjust, and you're a little squandering the moments of not working your jab and then the 1-3. So let's back up. Very nice. So you're carrying this hand low. That hand should be up by the ear. Your feet are. You do not have a good base. Look at Mike's base. His both knees are bent. You could see he's in a good boxer stance. You're not in a good boxer stance. Your back foot is off the ground. Your knees aren't really soft or relaxed. This hand is down. It's not a good base. That's that nice. And then you switch back to orthodox, which is fine, but you got to get that jab working. Because he's nice. This is a good screenshot moment. Look at that. Because he is taller, you are now punching up. And he's got length on you, so he's going to be able to hit you more than you can hit him, depending on your position. You need that jab to get you in a little closer so that you can land other punches. This is a very good cross. You split right between his guard. You could see your hip is turned over. Really, really nice. So I'm going to back up a little bit. Really, really nice cross. Nice. And you got in with that. And again, I'm looking at your feet. I want you to, again, this is a your bad base. This is all open. You're square towards him. Notice his base. He's protected here. Elbows are in, and he's in a solid base. It's a bad base. And your footwork, it's like baby deer legs. You're kind of like you're just it's and again, I know it's your first time in a ring. But we gotta work that footwork because this is just you're just baby deer legging it, or you look like a giraffe that was just born. So let's back up a little. So you're on your like you just it's unsettled. And what we need to do, we should be going for levels here. A jab to the head, jab to the belly. See how he's going upstairs, downstairs? That's what we need you to be doing. Upstairs, downstairs. You're losing lead hand position. I'm going to back up a smidge. I want you to notice where your lead hand is and where his is. So it's down here, and he has upper hand position. He's not capitalizing on it. Now you see, okay, look at your leg. Your leg's crossed. Your foot came off the floor during that punch combination. Here we go. Watch your feet. Watch your feet. Foot comes up. I want you watching your feet. Everyone look down. Watch the feet. Watch the feet. Don't look upstairs. Look at the feet. And then it's just unacceptable. Good tie up. Now, after it's the exhaustion. I get that you're tired, but you can't show that you're tired like that. Like, again, if it were just, or rather, there are levels of sparring. I was going to say, if this were a fight, absolutely not. You cannot do that. In a smoker, I don't advise doing that. If it's sparring at the gym, that's a different story. Like, it's a different set of sort of unspoken or unwritten rules. Now, what if he didn't break well? What if he started throwing punches again? So just watch what happens here. Good tie up. He says break. You're still fighting. There's no one stopped the action. You're still fighting. Ready? You're walking around with your hands down. Not a good idea. Nice parry, nice use, and good. You caught that on the elbow. But again, your footwork is leading to very compromised positions. Like you're falling into steps. If we back up, and I don't mean to be so hypercritical, like you're falling into these steps. Boom, you fall over to the right. And that was before there were any touches. And that is a great tie-up. Now you hit him in the back of the head, which you can't do. Good. Now the other thing is no head movement leads to getting hit like that. Watch your head movement. So here we are. I'm going to show you. I'll send along a fight of Maddie's from the same night. Maddie, it's a round one. Anyway, there are points in there where Maddie is as far away as you are in that moment in the 50-50, and she does this. She just moves her head. Even though she's so far away, she moves her head. So I want you to watch this again. And I know you're tired. But right here, you got to slip, roll, some form of head movement. And Mike's working his levels. Good, I like that you slipped off and threw a punch. All right, so that was round 2. Again, all in all, Nick, it was you had a good, you did it. You had a good night. And I know I'm being a little bit, I'm being hypercritical on some things, but I'm being hypercritical because you're fighting big men and you're taking big punches. So if it was tickle fights or something, I probably wouldn't be as harsh about it, but you're fighting big men, you're a big man, and you guys are throwing big punches. So your safety is first. My politeness or being, I don't know. Anyway, like I said, I think it's fantastic you did it. And you did well. Like, you did well. There are some things to fix. The footwork, you gotta work on your footwork. We'll do that at the gym. You're falling into positions as opposed to stepping in the positions. But that's not when he hits you when you fall. It's you're falling in the position, then he hits you, and then you're off balance. You can rewatch again for some of the critiques. I liked you had you've got really good defense instincts. We just need to work on the technique of them, but your defensive instincts are really good, and your hands are always moving around, and you're dealing with punches very well. So I do like that, and I'm a big defense guy. All right, that is all in all, good job.